The attention, and rightfully so, is on major Hurricane Delta in the Caribbean. I'll break that down in just a second. Out there now, we do have cloud cover. This is actually a boundary that is moving in. It's also moisture that has gotten sheared off of old storm Gamma. That has moved in as well. You'll notice it is warmer as well as more humid. Dew points yesterday were in the lower 60s. Today they're back up in the 70s, and that's what you feel when you walk outside. Even though we have the wind out of the north, we've got moisture at the surface. The temperature is sitting at 84 tomorrow. We're likely to get up into the upper 80s. Even some locations, if you get some sunshine, could see 90 degrees tomorrow afternoon. 84 is where we sit. 81 in Marietta, 83 in Bluntstown, 81 in Apalachicola, 79 in Defuniak Springs, as well as 78 in Destin. And there are some showers across the area. You probably haven't noticed much. You might have felt a raindrop or two. That's because there is still relatively dry air in the mid-level. So even though the radar has looked as if showers were falling across the area, we haven't seen much make it to the surface. That will probably continue as we go through the rest of tonight and into the day tomorrow. Just about a 20 to 30% chance of an isolated shower. The cloud cover is not going anywhere, so as we go through tonight and into the day tomorrow, we'll keep the cloud cover around. We may see an isolated shower develop as we get into the afternoon through the day tomorrow. Might even see a little bit of sunshine late in the day, but more moisture starts to work in. We're also going to have a frontal boundary work in as we get into Thursday that could once again help for an isolated shower. But I am not talking about widespread rainfall. We're talking about scattered activity for Wednesday, for Thursday, and again on Friday. The storm, it's going to be well off to our west, meaning we're not going to be seeing much here. So isolated showers as we go through the day tomorrow. Clouds cover be around, but much warmer. 88 degrees, the forecast high. Now on to Hurricane Delta. It is the fastest strengthening tropical system on record at this point in time, from tropical depression to where it is now. There have been others that have been relatively close, and they all happened in the same area right here around the Yucatan Peninsula. So this is a climatologically favored spot for rapid intensification. It's now a 145 mile per hour Category 4 storm. It's going to interact with Cancun overnight tonight and the northern tip of the Yucatan Peninsula. This may weaken to a Category 3, but then from that point re-strengthen to a Category 4 as we get into Friday. As it moves north, it's going to have some shear interact with it. That shear will help weaken the core of the storm, but even though it's going to be weakening, it's also going to be moving very quickly. So it's not going to have a ton of time to weaken before it moves ashore. This may be an unorganized looking storm, but still a Category 3, possibly even a Category 4 at landfall, either from around Vermilion Bay back over to Lake Charles area. Notice none of the panhandle is in the cone anymore, and because of that, I've kind of taken us out of that ready phase, and now we're just back into the watching phase. If there's any significant shifts, then we got to get right back into that action plan. But as of now, an eastward shift, a shift to the east, seems extremely unlikely. Still a shift to the west is possible, but east is not so likely. So just scattered showers with a boundary working in. We'll have basically what will be a cold front for our Saturday. That'll be the remnant bands that will be rotating still around Delta on Saturday. They'll bring us our best chance of rain. So breezy conditions Saturday with a 60% chance of rain.